point 3. How do we keep the attack in shape? Because we've said now that we know where the source of possession comes from. We've actually indicated that we're trying to keep the ball for lengthy periods of time. The question then, and this is where point 3 comes in, is how do we keep that continuity, if you like, for over a minute? Well, the 4 principles really for me, or certainly 4 of them. One is to produce 2-second ball. So we try and get the phrase in players' heads, 2-second ball, 2-second ball. When you present it, yes, there are different techniques for how you present the ball depending on certain situations, but in reality, as long as that ball comes back in 2 seconds, you're going to have a pretty good attack. If it's 3 seconds, that's okay. Any longer than 3 seconds, and you're probably going to get slow ball, and those defences are going to reorganise, and it'll be much more difficult. So if you have a little phrase, 2-second ball, that can often get it in the players' minds that they've got to get that ball back by hook or by crook within 2 seconds. Now, if you're producing quick ball like that, your poor scrum half is going to probably find it difficult to get to every single breakdown. He's going to have to be the fittest man in the world probably to do that over the course of 80 minutes. So what you need then is skills of other players in your team to step up as scrum half. And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what number they've got on their back. If it's, again, your loose head, your tight head, your hooker, your second row, they've got to be there. There's no point going to a breakdown and just sitting over the ball. If it's there to be played, then anybody should get that ball away to try and speed the game up. Now, it's not just the 9 that can suffer, your scrum half, it can be the outside half, because again, it's going to be pretty impossible for him to be involved as a first receiver all the time. It may well be that he's just gone into contact and he may be at the bottom of a ruck. Now, if he's not there and nobody else steps up the first receiver, then your game slows down. So again, I prefer a back to do it rather than a forward, because we've seen on too many occasions the ball go into a forward as a first receiver, and without being unkind to the forwards, the ball will tend to slow down again and he'll go into contact. If you've got a 3/4 there, he's much more likely to keep the ball alive. And the 4th principle is to keep the shape. There's nothing worse than having all your team in one half of the field, because you're very easy to defend. It's nothing worse than playing between the 2 15-metre lines, because again, it's very easy for the opposition to defend. So you've got to try and use the whole width of the pitch, and your forwards and backs have got to be nicely interchanged, and good spacings, good width and good depth in the attack. Now I'm going to show you 2 sets of